Mabuhay mga kababayan! Happy New Year! This is the first Thursday of the year and I hope that 2014 is off to a good start for you. I hope it's treating you well and I also hope that you are still on top of your New Year's resolutions. One of mine is to continue to work harder to give you guys Kababayan inspirations every day. And of course, we start with that today as we meet not just a multi-talented Kababayan, he's also very young and you're going to love him as I do. Also a Kababayan author, very creative. You know, she's looking at holidays from different colors and we're going to meet her today on the show as well. Thank you for joining us. Kayo po ay nanonood ng Nag-iisang Kababayan today. This is your premier resource for anything and everything Filipino and Filipino-American. And while the holidays are over, the giving does not stop, especially for victims of Haiyan in the Philippines, where the need is still great. One of their biggest donors and most recent donors is a restaurant chain that we're all very familiar with. Here's the story. From students' donations from their meager allowances to a big restaurant chain's matching of the fund that was raised, that was the evolution of this $645,000 check that Panda Restaurant Group, parent company of Panda Express, presented to the Red Cross and Tzu Chi Foundation in a recent press conference at the Ramon C. Cortines School of Visual and Performing Arts in Los Angeles.
We started this fundraiser for the typhoon that devastated the Philippines. Together, the whole school rose $700, a little over $700 within a period of 4 days. So I was very blown away. I was not expecting anything over 500.
You know, the students here at Ramon Cortines reached out to us and through the sponsor, the teacher who was the head of the Red Cross Club, and said, we have $700. Would you take our donation and would you match it? Well, that's an easy answer. Of course we would. So when we got that call, it made us think that this is exactly why we do efforts like this, to mobilize the community, and when the need is so great.
Dr. Peggy Chung, co-CEO and co-chairman of the Panda Restaurant Group, said she's very familiar with the plight of Typhoon Haiyan victims in the Philippines.
We have actually a lot of associates working with us. It came from Filipino. And that will be one of the reasons, but not the only reason. Another reason is able to inspire all our associates stepping up to give. And not only give, also ask our guests to give. So those will be really able to live up to our value giving.
Indeed, everyone is inspired to give, even California State Assembly member Rob Bonta.
Very honored to be the first and only Filipino-American state legislator in the history of California, and it's been exciting for me to be able to take a role in assisting with the disaster relief efforts. We did a big press conference in Sacramento soon after the typhoon struck. I was with the Speaker of the Assembly, the Pro Tem of the Senate, and we asked California to step up and provide support. And I know that California won't just be providing our sympathies, we're also providing relief. And so many people from so many corners of the state have stepped up. And one of the things I'll be doing in the near future in April is taking a trip with a number of other Filipino-Americans and allies to the Philippines, to Tacloban and to Leyte, to the area that's been hurt by the storm, and help with rebuilding efforts. So I invite anyone who wants to join to come and to continue to keep the Philippines in our minds and in our hearts and to provide ongoing support.
For now, the Philippine government is not only expressing their gratitude to Panda Express management, its employees and the students of Ramon Cortines who started the idea. Through Consul Marlo Miranda of the Philippine Consulate, the government is also assuring donors that the funds they are sending for relief efforts will be accounted for.
That hub is called the Foreign Aid Transparency Hub. So it's an online portal and there is information on donations coursed through the government agencies. So it will be, it's really the transparency that we want to show to the public and to those international organizations who donated to those Philippine government agencies. As we mentioned earlier, the donations from the overseas Filipinos, they are cannot be tracked by faith itself, but it will be recorded there. it's really for the international organizations to have that kind of confidence in their pledges to the Philippines.
And while it is the season of giving, it is also the season of thanking. And several Filipino community leaders attended the press conference to show their thankfulness for the generous gesture of those who made this $645,000 donation possible.
I would really sincerely like to thank the Panda Group, again, the Panda customers, the Panda employees who started all of these, associates, and of course, Andrew and Peggy Chern, the owners of Panda Express, for these big donations that is going to benefit the survivors of the Philippines. Okay.
We are deeply, deeply grateful. Panda, Peggy, Mr. Andrew Chern, thank you on behalf of all the Filipino communities here in Los Angeles, and all over the USA. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you to everyone who already gave and to those who are still continuing to give. You know, the road to recovery will be difficult and long, and so I hope that we never tire of sharing what we have, despite that the holidays are now over. But speaking of the holidays, have you ever looked at holidays through different colors? Well, one Kababayan has, and she's actually writing children's books about it, and we'll meet her when we return on the show. Don't go away.